Well, greetings once again, everyone. It's me, Nick Michalak, and the spectacular Steve Frazier.
Well, hello again, everyone.
And we figured we'd kind of break up the Rambo talk with the Stallone stuff with arm wrestling, contests, truck driving, Stallone film.
Oh my god, I love it so
top.
much. So much.
So, guys, if you have your own copy of this fascinating film, get your time set to 0 and turn your subtitles to follow along. So in 3, 2, 1, play.
Of course, it's a Warner Brothers, so it goes right into the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you don't want it to, it just, no menu, nothing, just start, just play.
One of those early discs, they just decide, oh, slap it on there.
Slap it. I mean, the music is already winning me over.
Yeah. Canon. Menahem Golan, one of the executives at Canon Films, decided to make this, and big Stallone just kept throwing money at him. Figure if he gets a big enough star, this film will make a lot of money, and it didn't.
No, it did not. But
did not.
Stallone wrote it, though, right? Didn't he co-write it?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Well, he probably rewrote half of it. But
there's Bob Loggia.
Robert Loggia. I love Robert Loggia.
God, this music is so good. I don't recognize any of these other names. Maybe they were...
Not too many, no.
I don't even think Mendenhal went on to do much, right?
I don't... Yeah, I was looking up and stuff. It's like random guest spot, little nothing role here and there. Just nothing. Nothing big. Yeah, the trivia said they paid Stallone $10 million for this film.
Well,
that's why it cost $25.
And okay, so what year was this?
87.
Oh, excellent, excellent. I'm going to get out my trusty dusty inflation calculator, which is our new gimmick on this show.
Yeah.
Hawk. See, it's Hawk. Hawk.
Yes,
because you've got an issue, right, with this?
I was watching the other day, then I texted you, and I was like, it's constantly throughout the film, the dialogue goes between Hawk and Hawks, sometimes in the same scene, so we're going to try and keep a thing on this, and I didn't turn on the subtitles because there's no menu.
We'll get there. It's all right. Hopefully you have yours on.
This is just the opening credits. We didn't miss anything worth a damn. There we go. Usually prep these before we start recording.
Right. All right. 1987, $10 million is currently, in today's dollars, worth $26.1 million.
Jesus Christ.
So, 26 mil in today's dollars, U.S. dollars.
So they paid him 10. The film made 16 and it cost 25. So
that's a really
big... 10 million goes up to about almost like 155%. I mean, fuck, 25. That's almost like, what, 65, 70 million
Let's see if I can just change the number here from 10 to 25.
Yeah, that seems way overblown for a film of this scale. But it's so much...
65. 65.3. Yeah.
But it's so much on par for everything Canon was doing in 87, because they did Masters of the Universe, they did Superman 4, and they kept either poured money into it or they cut the budgets on stuff that should have been high budget, and they kind of screwed themselves and they went bankrupt not too long after.
I feel like this has been covered before, right? Like the military kid
Child's Play 3.
Right, exactly. I mean, we've even covered it before. I'm just saying it's kind of an overdone thing, right? Like the...
I was watching this, this kind of reminds me of that Ed O'Neill film, Dutch.
Yep, Dutch, absolutely.
And his strange father on the road trip thing.
Dutch is a great Thanksgiving film. There are not a lot of Thanksgiving films. I mean, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Ed O'Neill's a fantastic talent.
Yeah. PTA, obviously the number one greatest Thanksgiving movie of all time, and maybe my favorite movie of all time. Hannah and Her Sisters, the Woody Allen film, is a great Thanksgiving movie. There's no Thanksgiving horror, really.
No.
You feel like by now somebody would have done one.
Sure. This is a nice, heartwarming family drama thing with
it is.
the 80s cheese.
I love, right off the bat here, just with him driving that truck, you kind of know, and that outfit, you kind of know everything there is to know about
his stats.
The situation.
Yeah.
Like, those are his good clothes.
Yeah. He's not affording to send a kid here himself, no.
And, everyone's turning... All of the hoity-toities.
Yeah. I was reading that they considered Don Johnson as, I don't know, a backup choice or something else like that, or whatever the case was. I could see Don Johnson doing this, and they wouldn't have had to pay him $10 million.
Yeah.
I mean, he was hot enough off of Miami Vice, but not hot enough as a movie star to be hugely bankable in that regard. So maybe $1 million would have done it for him.
I missed the writing credit. Who did Stallone co-write it with?
Steven something or another.
There's a bad mullet there.
Sterling Silliphant. No clue.
Does that person have any other credits to his name?
Best remembered for a screenplay for In the Heat of the Night, which won an Academy Award.
No shit.
So there's something for you.
Really? The great Sidney Poitier.
And was a screenwriter on one of the films we'll be covering for New Year's Eve, The Poseidon Adventure.
No shit.
Wonderful.
So, wait a minute. So, he does In the Heat of the Night, wins an Oscar, does The Poseidon Adventure,
and The Towering Inferno.
And The Towering Inferno, both very major hits. And then writes Over the Top.
Yeah. These weird directions. Like, Andy Coates won an Oscar for editing Lawrence of Arabia, then edits Masters of the Universe, so... And had some good money for a little while, I guess.
Yeah, no kidding. This is actually almost exactly like Dutch.
Yeah.
But Dutch came afterwards.
It was like 92 or something.
Yeah.
There's also maybe they'll be corrected with the subtitles, but it's kind of like noticing, it's like waiting for someone actually to mention his name, because it's kind of a thing I kind of catch on to every so often when you introduce the character's name, and it's almost like 10, 15 minutes in the film before they say Link Hawk or Lincoln Hawk.
Lincoln Hawk, right. Link.
The thing is just like, just Stallone, who cares what his name is?
Well, yeah, because the Colonel introduced him as your father.
Yeah.
Not your father, Lincoln.
I think it's when they get to the trucker bar, they say something, so...
What is that? Is that a bleach stain on his left?
Something, yeah.
Shirt pocket?
Mm-hmm. I was trying to do like distressing on a trench coat for a character in one of my films. I was doing all types of stuff, and I think I splattered some white paint on it and it ended up looking like bird shit. Oh,
yeah.
It's like, oh, well. Didn't go quite to plan.
Bird shit would happen on a trench coat,
sure.
So I guess.
Yeah, it just wasn't quite the vibe I was going for. Clip on.
Yeah, Captain Clip on.
There we go. That's the 80s for you. I had one of them.
A clip on or
Oh, yeah.
You can tell right away. Oh, that's funny. You can totally tell exactly where this film is going from, what are we, 5 minutes in?
Oh, yeah, 5 minutes roughly. Post-credits, yeah.
Like, you get it, that the kid's got a spoon up his ass.
Oh, yeah.
He already hates this whole thing.
Yeah, father's estranged.
Right. And you know at the end, he's going to fucking love him and not want to leave.
Yeah, straight.
Like, again, you get it right from the beginning. Yeah. But how are we going to get there?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the fun part.
Mm-hmm.
And I have not watched this. God, it's probably been 10 years for me. Now, I mean, I've watched it probably a dozen times in my life.
Sure.
But I'm very curious to see exactly how many pro wrestlers make cameos.
Yeah, well,
I think there's a couple.
There's a couple. We'll touch it once we get at least our first intro. There are also a couple of them that were called onto the film that actually didn't make it into the film. So.
Oh, on the cutting room floor, sure.
I don't know if they even filmed any scenes for it. They just showed up and got into a bar situation. Got into a situation in a bar somewhere.
The fact that he's calling him sir, too, is a nice little touch.
Yeah.
I mean, it's... Obviously, he's a cadet, so it's going to be...
Find him to be a pretty good actor in this whole thing. I mean...
I agree.
We've been pretty lucky with the films we've chosen to get some very standout young talents.
We've had some really shitty child stars, too, I think.
Yeah. Blank on names... Alex Vincent and Miko Hughes,
right?
And a few others here and there.
God, what's that kid that I love from Nightmare 5?
Nightmare 5. Oh,
what's his? He's got a really stupid name. Really dumb name.
I keep screwing up his name.
So I know because
give me a freaking second.
It's all right. It's all right. Miko Hughes is reminiscent here because his kid was running across the highway. Like in New Nightmare. Here's Bob Loggia.
Yes.
And behind him, his heavy...
Whit Hertford.
Whit Hertford. That's right. Behind him there, man. His heavy, the pride of Amarillo, Texas. Former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, I believe on 2 occasions, Mr. Terry Funk.
He's definitely on the gas in this thing. Look at the size of his neck, man.
He doesn't really even have a neck. It just just attaches, right? It's just thick.
Yeah.
Stallone. Oh, okay. I'm curious. When did Stallone peak?
It's got to be 85, Rocky 4 and First Blood 2. I mean, both those things made $200 to $300 million a piece. I think they both made $300 million. Just in terms of box office,
right? Well, I'm thinking like his career, yeah. Is that the peak, 1985? And it's
in terms of viability at the box office, I would say yes.
Look at the beard on that guy with his Budweiser hat. Yeah, I'm just curious because obviously I went on to continue to make popular films. The zoo. Every single person in here is wearing a hat.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not every person, but
she says, "Hey, Link," so it's a good
Link.
13 minutes in.
13
minutes in.
Oh, I know her.
Yeah.
She's a character actor.
Okay.
I forget what else she's been in, but I've seen her a ton. Wow. Oh boy, Martha. That guy looks like somebody. Not to be confused with Barry Darso.
No.
Smasher. He's kind of got a Magnum TA vibe.
Yeah, definitely.
You're right. It is very interesting that it's 15 minutes in before you hear the name of the main character.
Yeah.
I like every single person in the bar just leaves to go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you saw the reflection in the mirror of the big, that bald guy.
Huge.
That guy is a tank. I don't remember what his character name is, but...
Bull.
Oh, Bull, sure. Right. See you in Vegas, it says.
Mm-hmm.
The trucker hats in this movie
are out of control,
They
man.
kill me.
Rick Zumwalt. You've actually seen him before. He was in Batman Returns, part of the circus gang.
Okay.
The one that Batman, he no-sells the hit from Batman that gets the bomb thrown on him.
All right.
And thrown down in the sewer.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's like, I know seen this guy around. Like, oh, okay. It's all right. And I think we mentioned they looked like a wrestler at the time, so not far off. Lots of Budweiser.
Yeah.
They got to
just so many hats.
They got to put some money into this.
So many hats. And you know what they say? You can't watch a Warner Brothers movie without a Warner Brothers ball cap. So somebody in here. Oh, there he is over the top.
Yeah.
Over the top.
Yeah.
Look at the muscles.
Oh,
look at the muscle on both dudes, really.
Oh yeah, this movie's thick with muscle, man.
Thick. How many of those tattoos are drawn on? I feel like a lot of them. That photo
yeah, I was like, is that the producer or something?
It looks like Tommy Lee Wallace, actually, from Halloween fame and Stephen King's It, 1990.
Yeah.
What did he win? $1,000? I forget what he said.
I'm not sure.
Nah. Gold's Gym.
This guy's so well cast, man.
I like that the actor has a pretty tame, like a mild voice.
Yeah.
He doesn't sound like a truck driver or a pro. He doesn't sound like a pro wrestler.
Some drawl or something on
right.
it. Yeah.
He's very intimidating, but he doesn't sound menacing.
Right.
What is on his hat? His being Link Hawk, pronouns pal. The smirk on that guy next to him is hilarious. I wouldn't call that a hustle. Would you call that a hustle?
No.
I feel like a hustle.
Fair match.
A hustle is when you pretend to be not good and end up being actually good.
Right, color of money.
Right, or the hustler.
The hustler, yes. Fascinating. We're trying to scam a dude. It's like, oh, you think he's a fucking amateur, then he's actually the fucking pro. I think Color of Money was the year after this, maybe. Roughly around.
I thought it was 87.
It might have been 87.
Well, yeah, I think it was... Wait, this was 87.
This is 87.
Maybe it was 86.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
That was the... We're going to give him an Oscar for a lifetime achievement, even though he didn't necessarily
earn it for that
particular movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was almost a make good, kind of like they did to our guy Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
When he did not win for The Insider, but actually won for Gladiator, which was the inferior of the two films.
Mm-hmm.
We digress. The pause was good on that one. I feel like, despite how ridiculous it sounds, it is logical, in my opinion, that this kid who has never met his father and has been just, fed information by trusted family members, that regardless of how ridiculous it sounds, that's his knowledge.
Yeah, because I think they say the kid's 12 and he left 10 years ago. So.
He feels older than 12 to me.
Maybe. Let's see if I can got anything.
Robert Loggia's older than 12, that's for sure.
He's born 71, so he's about 16.
Yeah.
15, 16.
Are these medical machinery in their home? Is that the idea here? This doesn't feel like a hospital.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, I think she's supposed to go into surgery, so she's ailing from something.
Right. Possibly terminal? I don't recall.
Yeah.
It really does sound like he smokes a pack of Luckies every day, doesn't it?
Yeah, I loved him, man. He was just a great personality on screen.
In almost everything he's ever been in.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess this is the hospital. Okay. But it's like a hospice or something.
Okay.
Mr. Funk has yet to have a line of dialogue.
Yeah. Eddie Money.
God bless Eddie Money.
Oh, yeah.
He's another really, really sad medical case, right? Because he
had a stroke or something?
Yeah, well, I want to say he lost his hearing. Oh. And then that made him, unable to sing.
Oh, boy.
Or something along those lines.
He looked a little wrecked in the last couple of years.
I'm fairly certain he's unable to perform.
Well, he's not alive anymore. He passed
that's right.
3 years ago. The wonderful guys at REO Speedwagon did a tribute song to him live. They really loved him. Trying to read it too.
Yeah, I can't figure it out.
It's a little underlit.
Bonnie.
Bonnell?
Bonnie, there's like an umlaut or something.
Yeah, some kind of something.
Accent. Bonneau. I'm going to see if I can Google it.
See what you can get. And try sleeping upright in a cab.
Well,
you're used to seeing the ones that have the kind of backroom compartment or stuff like that, but
you can purchase replicas of that ball cap on Etsy and all over the internet.
Of course you can.
I'm trying to figure out
if it's a brand name of some kind, or they just jury rig some nonsense. Someone's got the name of the crew at the end.
It is. It might not actually be anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of suspecting.
There is a freight management company with that name.
Potential, yeah. Brute. Smells like a man.
Although... This is my song.
That's your song.
God damn it, this is my jam. I can't find any indication that it's a real thing.
Okay, so they probably... I imagine if it was a real company, they would have put something a little bit more notable.
Yeah.
With a Budweiser or something. I guess they got Brewed on the side of the truck. You got Budweiser everywhere.
Everybody now. across the sky. It's the best goddamn song. So, Footloose is the greatest movie soundtrack song of all time. Everybody knows that. Everyone agrees on that. Kenny Loggins again. This is the next best one. You can take Danger Zone and stick it in your ass because Meet Me Halfway is my jam. And it should have won an Oscar. It wasn't even nominated.
Well, no, it was not, but I looked up. Let me just refresh from the other day.
Oh, you looked up the nominees?
Do you have a clue what won?
Give me the year on this. 87? So that would have been the Dirty Dancing Time of Our Life?
Yes.
I've Had the Time of My Life?
You had a song from Cry Freedom. Not familiar.
Okay.
Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now, written by
Diane Warren. Yep. That was her first Oscar nomination that she lost and should have won.
Shakedown, Bob Seger.
Which was, believe it or not, his first #1 hit ever. Mm-hmm. Unbelievably. He was about 10 years of a career. All of the songs you could think of by Bob Seger, Night Moves, all of it.
Yeah.
#1 hit, Shakedown from Beverly Hills Cop 2 was his first hit.
And then Storybook Love from Princess Bride.
Okay.
That was it.
Not as great. Okay, so I feel like it came down to I've Had the Time of My Life and Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now. Clearly Diane Warren was robbed. She's robbed every single year. She's 0-14. She's my hero. If anyone saw my Halloween costume from this year, you know that she's my hero. Anyway, back to the movie. Do you think that the Brute is actually a...
I gotta think it's product placement.
Like a product...
They would have just kept it blank. I mean, they would have had to go to the company to get the signage anyway. In fact, you got Stallone in there. It kind of helps to, like, okay, let's get some products to throw some money at it. Clearly not nearly enough.
Well, right, so if Budweiser and Brute are paying a portion of that millions.
A couple of thou, a couple 10 thou, maybe 100 thou at the extreme.
Well, right. Well, he's so proud of himself. He's a really good actor.
Oh, yeah, the kid's really, really good. And they got chemistry. That's the big thing. See, if he had a good kid actor, but he really didn't gel with Stallone, it would be a really tough set. Because, I mean, you got to have that for the whole film. If they don't click off together, it's like,
right.
You don't believe any of the story.
Mr. Dunebuggy is great.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't have any more leg, man. That seat don't go anywhere, man.
That's a good line. Stallone knows how to write a movie, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I know we talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of one-liners in there. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of puns. But there's something so charming about the way that he writes characters.
Oh, yeah. So as it says, he's good at this kind of cheesy dialogue stuff.
Right, yeah. All cheese is Stallone. Oh, look at that. Now he's doing it. Could this be... I don't know what I was going to say, but I was...
completely on the head?
A little bit, but... I don't know. Like, I feel like this is... it's really building the dynamic.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like it's structurally, I think we're a little early for them to have such a bonding moment. Maybe not. Like, I feel like this could be a good midpoint, even though it's not.
No, the mid, it's interesting, slightly interesting because it's a bit more of like an early lost point to a certain degree. Is the midpoint when they get,
right
when they get splintered off and everything,
right, because you think that that's how
he's got to chase back up to him and everything,
right?
Interesting. Mario Brothers, not Super Mario Brothers.
Right, that's the original.
Super original, like extremely original. Someone would pay some money for that.
That kid's just got a blank trucker hat.
Doesn't really fit him either.
When's the last time you saw a cigarette vending machine?
Well, I've mentioned before. There was one when we were shooting on the Fixer in 2007 in a restaurant.
That's correct.
We were
You
filming
did.
at.
Yep.
Nice clear in view there, man. Someone paid some major money for that. Couldn't make out the other ones in the back.
Yeah, I can't either.
Too much glare. But they're all... These two of the machines say Nintendo on them.
I wonder if Nintendo put up some dollars.
God knows, got light beer.
Light beer.
The light beer might be just coincidental.
Miller Lite seems a little coincidental when they were so heavy on the Budweiser.
Yeah. This kid's hair, man.
He looks like somebody that, and I can't place it.
All the freaking acne on his face, too.
It's a great little teenage heel character.
Yeah.
Blow this fruit away is a great line. I mean, you can't really say a lot of that today.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can say blow this fruit away. Ten out of 10. 10 out of 10's a good line. This also makes sense from a character standpoint.
Yeah.
He set him up. You got to teach him the over-the-top thing with the thumb.
Yeah. It does feel very Rocky-esque, this kind of dialogue.
Right.
Believe in yourself and overcome and all that type of stuff, especially with the sixth film.
I'm curious which came first, the dialogue or the song, because his big line there, it's not the first time that he says it, is like, the world doesn't meet anybody halfway.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, okay.
I bet they previewed some footage to logins if you appealed to kind of pick up on stuff.
Because I feel like it's kind of a catchphrase of his. Or it's said more than once, if my memory is correct. Super Mario Brothers on that side.
You got the regular and the deluxe edition.
I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you if I don't even know if I've ever played the original Mario Brothers.
I don't think so. I mean, it was not on consoles. It's not here in the U.S. anyway.
There you go, over the top, over the top.
Oh.
Ow. Get mad.
Yeah.
The intensity on his face is awesome.
This kid is definitely really well cast.
They're both really well cast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like these. His hat's a little sideways now. It's a little gangsta.
Yeah.
You gotta pay. Money, please, sir. What's a call cost over there? 20 cents, it said. 20 cents. For years and years and years and years and years, it was a dime, right? That was the joke.
Yeah.
You needed a dime.
Drop a dime.
Drop a dime, right. You gotta use a dime, whatever.
Yeah, it went up to quarters.
Well, this is that weird transition period. Like, for a long time in the 90s, it was a quarter.
Yeah.
The great Travis Tritt song, here's a quarter, call someone who cares. I don't know, it's like, it's weird to me that it was ever 20 cents. Was it ever 15 cents? Like, who has 15 cents to put in a machine? Like, it should be one coin, right?
When's the last time you saw a payphone?
Great question. I know there's a bank of them at the Harrah's Casino in New Orleans. Because I take a picture with it every time.
Call the cab.
Well, yeah. When you're out of money,
down and out.
You're out of money at the casino. Yeah. Who's got money for a payphone? Like, that's the irony of it, right?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Now, him being kidnapped is a great midpoint, but we're not there yet. No. We're not there yet either.
No.
It's interesting. Like, this structurally, this isn't necessarily the greatest, well put together film.
Sure.
But I guess you have to really have them bonding over something for this to make to be worthy.
Yeah.
Like, if this had happened 10 minutes in, we wouldn't care because the kid's still an asshole.
Right.
But now they've bonded and we know that they love each other.
And you got to build in the adversity now, something in their way.
Right. But does that something make sense? We don't know yet.
Yeah.
Have we determined where they're at? In their, like, I forget where they're going.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. They're just going...
Oh, Colorado. It was Colorado, and they're going back to L.A., right? Is that the idea?
Well, they're...
Because I know they're going to Vegas. They make the detour.
They're going to see the mother.
Right, which I'm pretty sure is L.A.
Yeah. But his competition is in Vegas at the end of the film.
Right, so they make a detour, or he makes a detour, or something.
I was figuring they probably shot most of like Los Angeles, maybe some in Nevada then.
It looks like L.A. I don't know, just with the streets, with the palm trees and the businesses.
Sure,
feels L.A. to me.
Yeah.
But I do recall seeing Colorado plates at the beginning.
Okay. This thing says Vermont.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's interesting. Look at the nose on that guy, all right? Good Lord. There was a Hawks.
Okay. See, I was even looking at Wikipedia, even notes that it keeps being used interchangeably by error. So I gotta think. I don't know if they're using two different versions of the script. I have no clue. It is very strange.
If it was set in Chicago, it would make sense, because in Chicago, Chicagoans love to pluralize things that don't belong pluraled.
Okay.
Like the names of grocery stores.
Okay.
He's got to lift a few weights, right?
Mm.
That's a fair question.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I was going to say I don't know if a 12-year-old or 13-year-old would ask it, but this character would.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did they... Did we find out who those guys were? I feel like we do, right?
Well, they're part of Loggia's guys.
Oh, okay, all right.
If I can't win them in court, I'll just take them back.
The hard way?
Yeah.
So, this might be approaching a midpoint.
Yeah.
Because they've actually reached their objective. Right?
Yeah.
The objective was...
And then we find out she didn't survive.
Right.
Heart surgery. Yeah, you know that look.
Well, I guess what I'm getting at was the objective was pick up the kid, bond, drive him back to the hospital in the mom in L.A.
Yeah.
Or wherever.
Yeah.
So we now have... There was a little opposition along the way. Fine.
Yeah.
We have resolution to that objective.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a happy one, but it's a resolution.
Yeah.
So that means now we need to pivot.
Yeah.
We need a new objective.
Mm-hmm.
Great acting on everyone's part. Even that nurse did it great.
Yeah.
And that is a very logical reaction. Yeah. So many boxy sedans.
Mm-hmm.
There was a hawk.
Yeah.
There's the great Terry Funk again.
Yeah.
Who is yet to have a line of dialogue in this movie. Now, you claim that there are scenes with other pro wrestlers that were eliminated on the cutting room floor?
Well, not so much eliminated. Manny Fernandez and Barbarian were called in.
Okay.
But I guess they didn't end up using them in the film, but they ended up in like a barroom brawl situation, and they had, like, Barbarian just went fucking nuts, and he got arrested and charged, and his wife had to actually get him bailed out, and then she lambasted him as well.
Now, that's interesting because it was probably maybe a year after that, I think it was 88, that Barbarian was the star, not the star, but a major character in that weird B-movie Body Slam.
Okay.
Which I own. And he was like I forget who, his partner was the Tonga Kid, Tama.
Okay.
Who is Rikishi's twin brother.
Okay.
And, yeah, so...
Yeah.
It's interesting that he, like, had a movie career. You know what I mean?
Yeah, interesting. I mean... never did much talking on TV or anything, so I don't know.
Yeah, not a lot. Not a lot.
If the film was released, I think April of '87, so they were probably shooting like late '86. So him and Warlord, I think, were probably still NWA.
No,
then?
they weren't.
AWA.
They weren't even a team at that point.
No,
not until probably late '87 or early '88 were they put together.
Okay, so that's interesting.
In Jim Crockett.
Okay.
Big Terry, the Warlord, might not have even started at this point, like in '86. I feel like he debuted in '87.
Interesting.
Sorry, we're wrestling nerds. We apologize to all you folks.
Also, Scott Norton's somewhere in the film.
Yep.
I didn't pick him up in the film, but we'll see if we can pick him up this time through.
Scott Norton is a legit badass.
Oh, yeah.
And a legit arm wrestler.
Yeah. He started out there and then moved in, and it's like, guy's built like an oak tree,
right?
And he's just awesome. Just there is I follow this one thing on Twitter. They like a deep dive WCW stuff and all that type of stuff, and they actually tagged Norton in the thing where I commented on it and saying like he was a badass, built like an oak tree stuff, and
he liked it.
He appreciated it.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I mean, I think he's had a couple knee or hip surgeries, but it looks like he can still beat the shit.
Oh, absolutely! No, he's the best. That guy looked like John Taggart from Louis got a little Taggart in him. And that house kind of looks like the Friends house and the, what is it, Hocus Pocus or whatever, I think. They use the same house.
There we go.
Yeah. When in doubt, just destruction of property is fine. Is this the same house? I'm pretty sure it is, right?
Wouldn't know.
From the opening of Friends, with the fountain and the couch and all that shit.
I have no clue.
I'm pretty sure that's the same house. I could be totally off base, but between the fountain and the aesthetics, I feel like by what you've done, do you mean driving your truck through the front of my home? That's false,
actually,
sir.
It says the mansion was the home of the Clampetts on Beverly Hillbillies.
Really?
That's what Wikipedia is telling me. It says used for the Cutler estate.
That's not the same house from the front of Friends. You're telling me?
Guess not. Also shot in Utah for the medical center. Or something like that. Parts of the film were also shot in Monument Valley, Utah. It was the UCLA Medical Center.
Here comes some bad mustaches.
Yeah. At least we're not pasted on.
No.
This would definitely be a midpoint. The entire story turns a different direction. They get split up and all this stuff. Giant wedge between the characters.
Yeah, and you can't really tell at this point if the kid wants to be with Grandpa or wants to be with Dad.
He's split. Yeah.
But it really did take a turn, right? It took a dark turn.
Yeah, well, like I said, it's a real early lost point.
Right, because it's the lost point typically being the part where you think it's
right before the third act.
Right, yeah. the odds are insurmountable.
Yeah.
And it's the point of no return almost.
Yeah. Nice.
That guy almost looks like Huey Lewis. And Bryan Cranston if they had a baby.
Stallone or prison. He's going to do that a couple times in his career. Lock Up, Tango and Cash.
This could be the opening of any Stallone movie where he's leaving prison.
Didn't care for Escape Plan. The one he did was Schwarzenegger. I felt it was a little... Well, it wasn't satisfying to me.
I thought it was okay. I never bothered with 2.
Well, I think Stallone went on record saying it was one of the worst films he ever worked on.
2?
At least in terms of what the production went on. Third film, I think it was okay with. Yeah, because we talked over, because I think the guard who grabs him calls him Hawks, and then the lawyer calls him Hawk. That's the one scene I picked up on. It's almost the same freaking scene. I can't get it straight.
Right. In the same scene.
Yeah, and then later on, when we see the kid rustling through all the mail that was sent to the mother and whatnot, it says Christina Hawks.
Really?
Yeah, so the art department doesn't get it right either. So I don't know what the hell is going on.
That's very interesting.
I don't know what the problem is.
Because if you'd have called me 6 months ago, now we just kind of recently added this to our playlist. If you'd have called me 6 months ago and said, what was Stallone's character name?
Yeah.
Over the top, I would have said Link Hawk.
Yeah.
With no S.
That's what he's credited as in the end of the film, and that's what the truck says, Hawk. Okay.
So why do the characters call him Hawks?
Half of them do, half of them don't. I don't understand how you make this issue. Did they change it halfway through filming?
Meet me halfway!
Meet
me halfway!
It's just so bizarre. You could easily double all the ones who do it wrong or something. God knows.
I mean, it would have been easier to just paint an S on the truck, right? If you decided. If you were to go with him, you would also be in jail because that's where he lives now.
Yes. The truck is impounded right now. You got nowhere else to go.
Right. As somebody with wanderlust like I have, it actually, I feel like, would be very exciting to, like, live on the road or, maybe not know where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the idea of going to new places is so exciting to me. But I feel like I have to always magnet back to Chicago.
Sure.
Like, because it's the best. And I want to go everywhere and see everything and do everything and then come back to Chicago. But if Stallone says, hey, come with me, we're going to get in the truck and go.
Sure, why not?
I'm in.
Sure.
I'm in. He can't, but I can. That's a very adult decision. You know what I mean? For a kid. Like, this is a great character.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes silence is golden, right?
Tucked in with no belt.
Oh, get out of here. How did I not notice that? There you go. The world meets nobody halfway.
There he is.
I need that on a t-shirt.
No belt.
Yeah, untuck that shirt, sir. So his deal, their counter offer, as it were, is he leaves the state and never has contact.
Right.
And they'll
sign the papers, we'll drop the charges, you go away.
Right. From Stallone's perspective, that's a pretty good deal. I mean, considering he's poor,
Yeah. It's definitely got to be Nevada.
Well, it's like the Grand Canyon in the background. Yeah, there you go. Good luck.
Yeah, I think it's here we can end up seeing all the...
Again, who puts a goddamn sawhorse or...
In the corner.
Carousel horse.
Yeah, I don't know.
Although there is that great story about the Elm Street house with the carousel horse. Maybe you're not familiar with this. So the actual home, the actual property at 1428 Genesee Avenue, that is the facade of the Nancy Thompson home in Elm Street, was the interior of that house was used as Laurie Strode's house in the original Halloween.
Okay. Explains why the doorknob's on the wrong side when you go inside.
That's correct. And there's a great little...
That's wallpaper.
Oh, there's a great little video that Sean Clark, our old buddy at Horror's Hallowed Grounds, put together, based on the key giveaway was a carousel horse that happens to be in the living room or wherever. Okay. And now the footage was only used in the TV cut of Halloween 1.
Okay, so it's not shot stuff for 2.
Right, so it's not in the theatrical. And if you...
Here we go.
He finds he finds all the stuff.
Yeah.
All the letters.
Here we go. Hawks. All over the place.
Hawks. Now wait. We can't go back. Were all of those addressed to the kid?
No, to the mother.
To the mother. But they were from him, right? Oh, no.
Christina Hawks, Michael Cutler.
So...
I don't know why the kid's got a different last name when the mother still has the...
Well, she was Cutler Hawks.
Okay.
See, he said Hawks.
Lincoln Hawks.
Well, I guess what I was getting at is those letters came from Stallone's character.
Yes.
He wrote the letter himself with his wrong. He wrote his own name wrong. What the fuck?
So bizarre. Oh, he said Lincoln Hawk again. It's so bizarre. How you get this? How does this happen? I just don't understand.
Yeah. The world belongs to only you and I. I can't sing anymore. Sorry, I only have one vocal cord.
You sing better than a lot of people who have 2.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
It's the big rig.
Nothing says that you are well off than white pants.
Just say having a garage full of cars. I guess
they're all white too. I love it. I love that they're all white.
Let's try and catch if the last name is on the board up here.
That guy looked like somebody.
Oh,
all of these people look like somebody.
Look at the hair on the left.
Is that a woman? I thought that was a woman. I think that was a woman.
I don't know.
That guy kind of looked like Scott Hall. It's hilarious that that one little scene of truck driving means he now knows how to drive a Toyota and knows rules of the road.
Yeah.
Lifts, platforms, try to get any little advantage.
Sure. That might have been Norton.
That might have been Scott Norton, actually.
Yeah.
In the yellow shirt?
Yeah.
Let's see if we get another shot of Scott Norton. Ice Train.
Very nice.
Yeah, Ice Train was the other guy.
Yeah.
You're right. That guy looks like Hercules.
Scott Flash Norton.
Flash Norton, right. It'd be great if it just said Norton up on the board, right?
A lot of 80s in this thing.
That's John Candy. Cameo. God, I love scenes like this. There's so, like, it's a montage, but it's also...
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like...
I feel like that's Scott Norton.
That's definitely Norton.
In the yellow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. He's got hair. Nobody's ever seen Scott Norton with hair.
And no beard.
Rocket Kid.
Is this Sammy's song, isn't it? Winner takes all, loser takes the fall.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
God, I need my hands on this soundtrack. Did it come in vinyl? Because that would really just
I don't know. It's you can get it on Amazon on CD, but it's not
you can.
It's not on streaming. Oh yeah, this is Sammy all right.
I need this soundtrack. Somebody buy me this. I'm sure it's cheap. I'm just saying.
I'm trying to remember.
I need it right now.
They got someone else to sing the song originally, and then
Alka-Seltzer. The kid's never driven before in his life, and now...
Yeah, they originally got the frontman for Asia to do the song, but they felt that his vocals weren't strong enough, so they got Sammy instead.
Okay. I forget what the guy's name is. It was the same. Asia was a supergroup that was composed of people from
John Wetton, from whatever.
Yeah.
King Crimson, Roxy Music, stuff like that.
So he's never driven before, and
he's driving all.
And now he's on the highway, and
yeah.
I think Norton's now in the green shirt
because
we're in the next round.
That was real. He actually broke his wrist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for the real.
Ow. Are this many people showing
up?
Yeah,
that's my thing. Is like, are you really packing this thing with like 300 people? I don't know.
I mean, this really looks like a lot of crowd.
But this feels a lot like Battle of the Tough Guys.
Right.
No holds barred.
Like certainly early UFC, like the first incarnation.
Oh, yeah. I'm not seeing any Hawk up there.
Or Norton.
No.
Because I feel like Norton should just use his own name, right?
Might as well.
Since he was in that field. Has Terry Funk even had a line yet of dialogue? I know he wasn't in that scene, but...
No.
Because he... Was Jimmy Snuka? Terry Funk has dialogue in Roadhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Which was the year after this, right?
89.
89, okay. There's a little Hulkster.
There's a lot of roids in this.
Oh, my God. So many roids. Oh. Wow. So many big dudes and big dudettes. What a great montage.
Blaster.
That guy looks like old school Hercules or Billy Jack Haynes.
Yeah, one looked kind of like Orndorff.
Oh, we got the Final Four matchups here. Yeah. Maybe not. I guess the Elite Eight, as it were.
Yeah. I feel like this guy's probably a boxing announcer.
Yeah, I'm sure he's
got the vibe for it.
Now, if you were putting on this event and we were down to the final 8 contestants,
sure,
why would you have them all go at the same time?
Yeah, I don't know. You go one at a time.
You just go one at a time,
focus. Yeah.
Right?
Hype it.
500.
500, yeah. Imagine what they're charging at the gate.
What, $3?
$3. $3 in a beer. It's a cover charge.
Oh, it's double. So wait, we started
double elimination. Yeah,
we started with 500, and you're telling me that 492 of them have been double eliminated already?
I don't think so.
How many? How long? I mean, how much time goes in between?
Yeah.
So you win a tractor, you win 100,000. And then he bet 7,000 on a 20 to 1.
100 to 1, I think it was.
I thought it was 20 to 1. Grizzly.
Yeah. Kind of like this
documentary style.
Yes, in.
it really does make it feel like a real competition. Yeah,
event.
Yeah.
Those old tough band competitions back in the day.
Didn't they say the $250,000 truck was a white Volvo?
Yeah.
But all of the shots that they show are this black and orange.
Yeah. I don't know.
Is that the guy that was the guy from Shocker? He was the football coach?
Yeah, he was.
The football coach?
Yeah, he was.
And I'm convinced that that's the same guy that was the science teacher in Gremlins, but... Hawk. Singular Hawk. One Hawk.
Singular Hawk.
I need the truck. It's like Smokey and the Bandit. Finally, we've only met 5 of them. Who are the other 3? You went this far, just show us all 8.
Yeah, it's weird.
Now, I don't know, did we get a shot? Is Norton one of the guys?
No, not yet. I don't know.
One of the 3 that wasn't pictured?
I don't know.
Good pony on that ref.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's 2 losses once you get to this point. Maybe it's single elimination throughout the day.
Maybe.
Double when you get here.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Quarterfinals, semifinals.
Yeah. Chewing on that. Oh,
yeah.
God. Yeah, that doesn't work like that. I always thought that whole like up and under move, the almost like the uppercut grip was so like, I don't know, it was like an old school handshake or something.
Oh, okay.
You know? I don't know, it was weird. That's the guy, right? He was the coach, the football coach in Shocker.
Yeah, he was.
And I'm convinced that he was also, like I said, the science teacher in Gremlins.
I'd have to go back. I'm not sure.
You know the character, though, right?
I'm familiar, okay, I just have to watch my 4K.
We got slow-mo here of this guy, this big brute. Now, Sylvester Stallone is admittedly a huge wrestling fan.
Oh, yeah.
And he is good friends with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
And
obviously Terry as well.
And right.
The other Terry Bollea.
Right.
Terry
yeah,
Funk.
You threw me off for a second. Got it, Terry Funk. So, like, it doesn't surprise me, or it wouldn't surprise me that he would have wrestling fans or friends in the production.
Yeah.
Why are those two so huggy-kissy? Aren't they also competing against each other?
I don't know.
Yes, we know what double elimination means. You don't have to tell us 9 times, sir.
Yeah. Funk's going to have a line here.
He's got it, right?
Yeah, he's coming up right now.
Isn't it interesting that he's not even as big here?
Oh, yeah.
As he was in, like...
The next year in Rambo 3.
Right, Rambo 3.
Probably like some kind of like ultrasound massager thing right
there. It's like a... That guy's got like a shake weight. This is his suite.
Look at all that jungle wallpaper, man. It's out of control in this one.
This is a suite in a hotel room, is what you're telling me right now.
I'm guessing so. Call the interior decorator and redo this shit. It's one of the things where Stallone was talking about about the film retrospective. He's like, had he directed instead of Golan, he would have made it less of a glossy film, a little bit more toned down to a certain degree. He would have made the competition so boisterous or whatnot. He would have veered in a bit more of an ominous direction or something like that.
I feel like I like the way that it's presented.
Yeah.
I like that it's flashy.
Yeah.
It does not really fit the style of the first half of the movie. I'll agree with that.
Right.
It is a little bit of a genre shift.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with it because it's, in a way, like the first half of the movie is really about the kid.
Yeah.
And the back half of the movie is about
the competition.
Right, him.
Yeah.
And this is representative of his lifestyle.
Yeah.
Whereas the slow-paced first half is representative of the kid's lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm really, really putting a lot of thought into it. Probably way more than it deserves, but...
Yeah. You can definitely tell more in this back half where the money's going for and the production and everything. Why, minus his $10 million still costs another 15 on top of everything else.
Right.
Or again, if you cast, again, a lower tier actor for the lead and everything, it'd probably maybe 5 to 10 million at the most. And if you didn't play it as glitzy.
That's the same vest from the front of the movie where he's got the bleach stain.
Yeah.
And you know damn well that Funk took his own stunt there.
Oh, yeah. Guy's gonna wrestle on fucking barbed wire and exploding mats. Yeah. Fucking window don't fucking matter to him.
Well, that wasn't for a little while yet.
No, but still. You gotta warm up to it a little bit.
Wait, you fight the same guy again? Wouldn't the winners fight the winners and then the losers
against the losers? You would think so.
What the hell do I know? Guy's drinking motor oil. Because now, if Stallone wins, they each have one.
They're canceled out.
Right. And who let the press walk in the middle of them? Like, that's weird.
That's peculiar.
Like, you'd think that the photographers would be relegated to the outside.
Right, you're getting in the way of the competition. Yeah, you're distracting people.
Look at them all. How many photographers are there? I counted at least 3. Oh, wow. That was at least 3 right there. 3 count.
More Budweiser.
Harry Bosco. That guy looks like Scott Norton now, but that other guy was clearly Norton. Some of these characters are so great.
Oh, yeah.
Like the overacting.
Oh, yeah.
Solo flex. That woman has jumped up and down every time Hawks won. I can't tell if it's the same footage they've used 3 times or if they reshot her jumping up and down so many times. There's another Alka-Seltzer. It was on the T-shirt, and now here.
Yeesh.
So they paid for some. And it might have been on his... No, it wasn't. He's the other guy. And the finalists now... Still double elimination, yeah? Or do we reset? I don't know the rules of this competition.
Yeah, it's a little peculiar.
What a great look on that guy.
Oh, yeah.
From the independent truckers. That's a thing?
I guess so.
The amount of logo t-shirts that are in the crowd is just phenomenal. Like, they set dressed... It wasn't like, okay, all the extras, just show up wearing whatever you got.
Right.
It was, you're going to wear all of these logos.
Yeah.
Did this kid buy a ticket to get in? Because clearly it's standing room only in this place. Look at it. And now the kid was able to just push his way to the front. I tell you what, anybody that pushes their way to the front row in an event that I'm in,
oh yeah,
look out.
Yeah.
I literally picked a lady up one time and turned her around and set her down.
Oh, jeez.
After she drunkenly got in front of me thinking that she belonged in the front row.
It's like, I paid
Yeah.
double the money to get up here than you did.
Yeah, she did not belong in the front row.
Pepsi up there.
Copper top. Whoa!
Mm-hmm. This is his announcer. He's very consistent. Says Hawk every time.
Yes, he does.
That's why he's getting paid the money. It's not like fucking Buffer who screws up everyone's name because you don't give a fuck what you're doing.
No, because he gets paid $1 million every time he walks to the curtain.
Yeah. Hitman Brett Clark. The king of Hulkmania.
New York. See, the kid did not learn how to dress from his dad because he is properly wearing a belt with his tucked-in shirt.
Yeah.
I find it incredible that his Rambo, even the Rocky physiques, are less than this one.
Yeah, a little bit.
And he's in between Rockies and Rambos.
Right, because he just did Cobra the year before, where he still kind of had a little bit, I think a little bit more than this. I mean, he didn't...
He was downgrade, like he was winding down, and then he had to wind back up. He had to go back up.
A little bit. And by Rocky 5, he does. I think he's even goes off shirtless or anything because he's retired.
Right.
No one really wants to watch Rocky 5 anyway.
Why wouldn't he say, this is the guy from the truck stop that you met?
Sure.
Now, clearly you got to win some money for making the finals and losing.
You'd think so. A downside. Yeah.
Right.
Downside guarantee sort of thing, they say.
I mean, it's not like in tennis, only the winner gets money.
Right.
Like, it's graded. The farther you get...
10 grand if you don't win or something. A runner's up prize.
Now, he did put $7 grand on himself.
Right.
Kind of a quick turnaround. I love you, right? From the beginning of the movie?
Yeah.
It's only been a couple days, right?
Sure.
3-4 days? I really dislike that he's talking to him as if he's never met the guy before. Like the kid's literally met the opponent in the truck stop. The guy's wearing a Carl's Jr. t-shirt, a.k.a. Hardy's.
Bring out all the refs.
Well, why? Why are they waving their arms like they're celebrities? If anything, the refs...
World champion Chicago Bulls.
Yeah, no shit.
There's the, what was it, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, what it was? The Ricky Steamboat theme.
Yeah.
They dub over now.
Right.
You don't get to hear it no more.
Why would you say that? That's not up for you to say. You're the announcer. Announce. So you win $250 plus $100. That's a big prize.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what the entry fee. What's the entry fee?
Beats me.
I mean,
usually would be one.
You'd think he put $7,000 on himself at the betting table.
Yeah.
Not. I don't know.
I was curious if this guy was still around. He passed in 2003 after a heart attack.
The Bull?
Yeah.
Or what? Bill? I think it's Bill.
Yeah, Bill, Hurley. About 52 at the time. 51.
Yeah, that's sad. And what year was it that he died? You
03.
Said? 03. Oh.
51 to 03.
Almost 20 years ago, as we record this.
Yeah.
Look at the grease. They're both so oiled up.
The baby oil, man.
If somebody, like in a vacuum, if somebody were to turn on this movie halfway through, or 3/4 of the way through, how different of a movie is it than the first third?
Yeah, it is.
The back third is so different than the first third.
Yeah.
But not in a bad way.
No.
I don't think. I don't know. It's hard for me to watch people trying to work what is supposed to be a shoot.
Yeah.
Like, do you think, I'm just thinking the way my brain works, do you think at any point they actually really arm wrestled?
I think so.
I think so too.
Because
let's go for real.
Well, because on Rocky IV, when he's fighting Lundgren, there's a point where they're shooting stiff shots at him to the point where Dolph slammed him right in the chest, where he almost had a heart attack that night because his heart got swollen or some shit.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
What is she writing notes about? The lady, is she a columnist? And she's covering this event?
Get up closer with all these photographers.
Right.
They don't mind.
Now that looks like some muscle there.
Yeah, that's real.
I feel like you do need a few shots, right, of them actually put some elbow grease.
Oh yeah, man.
As it were, into it.
And watching this thing is like, man, the tension all over the place, man.
I know.
You're feeling it.
Every vein is popping out of every neck.
Yeah.
Except Terry Funk. He's cool as a cucumber back there.
It's like I could take them both.
I don't know about that. But...
In the ring, maybe.
Better go over the top, sir. Great mustache on.
Oh yeah.
Bill. Oh, Bull. So I feel like sometimes sometimes they say Bill, but Bull, yeah. Yo, Adrian.
There it is.
How is that grip really any different than the one you started?
I don't know.
I don't think it is. It just looks good.
Yeah.
But I mean, even as a kid, I was probably 7 or 8, 9 when I watched this the first time.
Sure.
And younger than him. And man, I thought that was the coolest thing. And of course, every arm wrestling match that I ever participated in, I tried to do it,
And didn't do it good. Oh.
I know. Like you're holding
on for 5 minutes.
You're holding your breath like you don't know what's going to happen. I guess really you don't, because they did set it up like Rocky, where
even if he loses, he still got the kid.
Right.
That's almost enough.
Right. So, in some ways, it's predictable in both directions, but
still satisfying.
You're okay with it.
Yeah.
And now they're tied together, so... No, the announcer doesn't get to say that. A commentator would, but...
Sure.
I mean, what a great feel good moment, right?
Yeah.
The kid with the trophy, like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And this song is great. I know it's the one from the beginning, but
yeah,
pretty sure.
It says Hawk on the board.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
God, I want this soundtrack so bad. Why do I not own it already? I mean, I own Meet Me Halfway. I downloaded that years and years and years ago.
Yeah, you can get that on Loggia's compilation. Kind of see his little deleted scene because Loggia's walking way back there. So
yeah.
Kind of a reconciliation scene they cut for probably just wrap up the film faster, I'd imagine.
He's cute.
Yeah.
So he gets the truck.
Yeah.
He gets $100,000 and $140 from the payout.
Yeah.
I've never noticed that Robert Loggia walking away thing. By the way,
I noted it in the it's in the trivia sections.
I mean, he's up $500,000, basically.
That's good, man.
Yeah, this looks like Nevada for sure.
Yeah. It's Hawk in the end credits. So.
Hawk. Yeah, these credits are really zipping along too, so it's hard to catch.
Yeah, I just look for last names.
Yeah, I'm kind of just quickly reading, skimming for people we might not know. None of our favorite stunt people on this one.
No.
I didn't even catch Terry Funk's name in there. I'm sure it was in there, but I was skimming quickly, so. I think the art of the soundtrack, I know we've talked about this many times, but it bears repeating.
Sure.
That there really is no soundtrack business anymore.
Not as much as it used to be.
The 80s were the pinnacle.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the 90s were really popular, too.
Yeah.
I mean, the 80s won, 90s, like it almost started at its zenith, right? Like MTV era.
It feels like in the 90s, most times they'll have like one song. They'll put it as a single or something like that. And maybe it'll get on the score soundtrack as well, but not as much. I mean, I want to think like Batman Forever or whatnot.
My Heart Will Go On from Titanic.
Yeah.
Right. But there were other ones like The Bodyguard in the 90s that just produced hit after hit after hit.
Yeah.
But you're right. It was less and less. And
Catering by Pizza Hut.
Well, excellent. This would have been Jim Hurd at the time, right? Head of Pizza Hut. So I think that's a weird thing to think about. The art of the soundtrack is gone now because I feel like clearly there's at least 5 every year that are up for Oscars, so it does exist.
There's a few. It's just not quite the same thing.
Right. It used to be prestigious that you were like honored to write the movie, to song for the movie.
Or it used to be like maybe like 40 songs in a year or something.
Robin Zander. The lead singer of Cheap Trick. There's Frank Stallone.
Yeah.
All right, let's see who else we got. Asia, like you said. Well, you didn't say, but we talked about them.
Yeah.
Big Trouble, I'm not as familiar with him.
Eddie.
Yep, good old Eddie. Eddie Money.
A lot of stuff from the actual composer, Moroder, there, so he's all over this place.
The best song, Meet Me Halfway, Kenny Loggins. I don't know Larry Green, unfortunately. There's your Sammy Hagar, Winner Takes It All. I like it. Take It Higher is Larry Green. This is the one that's singing now.
Right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with him.
No.
All right, well. Yeah. Love it. Thank you.
You can check out some of the other Stallone stuff we've done. I did Cobra with Trent some years ago, and got more Rambo in the next year.
Yeah, we've done a couple Rambos. I don't know. I feel like there's another.
We did the Expendables.
We did that. Yep.
Yeah.
So, we'll stick this one on the end of the playlist, and
you can enjoy everything. Yeah.
Tell us your favorite soundtrack songs down there in the commentary, down in the comments.
And which Loggins song is it?
Oh, well, I mean, Footloose is one, clearly. We get it. We know that. It's like, I don't know. It's not even a question, but all right. We'll let you go.
All right. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.